What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, unbelievably, still over a year before Avengers 5 Doomsday hits theaters, Marvel Studios has apparently started officially teasing Avengers Secret Wars. And what's more, at a fan event in Sao Paulo, Brazil, not only did they tease Avengers Secret Wars, but they used an image that included Doctor Doom, the Beyonder, and Miles Morales. We have to talk about what they showed in this image, what it actually means, and perhaps temper our expectations just a little bit because of a quote directly from Kevin Feige. Still, this is an enormous reveal, and the fact that they're even looking that far forward to Avengers Secret Wars means this story could be way bigger than we actually think that it is. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the community. We're growing again at an insane rate, so thank you guys. If you haven't already, if you enjoy this type of content, whether you just found us or you've been rocking with us for a while, the best way to support us here at the channel is to hit the sub button. Plus, it'll automatically enter you for giveaways. Stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so just so we're all on the same page, this was an official Disney event in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where they were teasing their upcoming cinema slate through the end of 2027. You can clearly see by all of these posters on stage that it's more than just the MCU and Lucasfilm, it's everything over at Disney. And they used this poster and image, again, at an official event to tease Secret Wars that included the Beyonder, Miles Morales, among others that were cut off from the original image that I have for you here. The full image includes Thor and Wasp, Hulk and Gambit, Doctor Doom, Captain Marvel, Reed Richards, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Miles Morales, Wolverine, Storm, and of course the Beyonder. Now, it is not outside the realm, pun totally intended, of possibility that they are teasing the Beyonder for Avengers Secret Wars. He was notably a part of not only the original Secret Wars in the 1980s, but also the 2015 Jonathan Hickman run. Staunchly here at the channel, when we talk about this, we believe there's not enough film time in Avengers Doomsday without any other build-up for Doctor Doom to also be introducing a character like the Beyonder and explain his role in the story. Rather, it's always looked pretty clear to me that they're going to use Loki as a surrogate for that, the same way that they're taking Anchor Beans and replacing Molecule Man and simply have him seize the power of God Emperor Doom from Loki, God of Stories, instead of the Beyonder. That seems logical, especially for the type of films that the Russos are going to try to make, but not outside of the realm of possibility, considering some of the things that we thought were absolute pipe dreams during Infinity War and Avengers Endgame actually turned out to be in consideration, as we ended up seeing concept art originally for characters like the Living Tribunal that back then seemed like it would be a total miracle. Now, if you want to watch videos about the Beyonder, who he is and his meaning to the story, we've covered that several times at the channel, but needless to say, they would have to end up explaining, and after Avengers Doomsday, unless he's a part of that film as well, a brand new character no one's alluded to at all in the Beyonder, and explain his motivations. There's simply not enough time for that. So, considering all the pieces we have on the chessboard, I think it's safe to say that there may be some things about this tease that aren't what they seem. Number one, Kevin Feige basically said in his most recent interview that Sony said hold off on Miles Morales live action until we're done with the Into the Spider-Verse trilogy in animation, which is understandable, and they may have their own plans for using him in a reboot of the Spider-Verse, as we've talked about at the channel. Still, Kevin Feige could be lying. That would be his MO, trying to hide the fact that we are going to see Miles Morales. Certain plot leaks and industry insiders even hinted at it. And of course, even though Halle Berry's Storm wasn't included in that first round of cast announcements, considering the supporting cast that has been confirmed, it's not a reach to think that she may be part of the film either. But the rub here is that this is a fan-made image that's been online prior to yesterday's event, meaning it didn't come from Marvel Studios, it didn't come from Disney, rather they grabbed it, and someone put it in to this presentation slide that they ended up using on stage. Now, as someone who's worked with Disney in the past, interviewing their actors, going to the red carpet premieres, I know firsthand how much they police their content. In fact, when I would do interviews, they're the ones who record it, they're the ones who edit it, because it's just simply easier to quality control the product if you're the one making it and distributing it. And if there's something in there you don't want seen, or a question you didn't want asked, or a moment you don't want seen for the actor, they're the ones who cut it out. They don't have to worry about it being out there. That's why when you see something like this in a fan image show up in some place that's Disney official, it does sort of make you scratch your head, because it's definitely against their MO. And I would say that that's not different from any other movie studio. A lot of studios do this. Again, it's just easier for them to police the content when they're the ones who make and distribute it. In this case, though, there are graphic designers who have to make graphics for all types of events that may, yes, be working with Disney, but said, hey, I don't have any assets for Avengers Secret Wars. Marvel Studios themselves haven't produced any assets for Avengers Secret Wars. So in a moment when he's asked to put something on this slate and knowing he only has the official logo, which is at the bottom of that image, instead of just putting that on a black background, he goes on Google and downloads a fan image that makes it onto an official presentation. This is not the first time it's happened. Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige showed up with a hat of a Deadpool logo that was half Wolverine and half Deadpool that looked eerily like a fan-made image, but then you sort of get into a circular argument about who's allowed to use what. They're letting the fans make these images for the IP that they don't control. They certainly probably have the right to turn around and use them. Still, in this case, you have to wonder if the guy making this slide, that graphic artist, knew the stir he might cause by using an image that included the Beyonder and Miles Morales, two characters we likely thought that we wouldn't see, and at least at this point have had zero mention, zero build-up. And while these are the kind of cameos that fans dream about, hey, out of left field comes this guy and that guy and then they're all connected, it's just been more of the Russo's MO to try to use, again, the chess pieces that are already on the board and make sense of what they got, than go to all these dream pie in the sky cameos. That's Marvel's MO, and I know it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing, more characters than have been around in that first cast announcement. Wink, wink, we have a video coming about that later today. But in the meantime, and for this tease, I seriously have to wonder if this more just wasn't a case of a graphic design artist, either hired on contract or not, using an image he shouldn't have used that they probably shouldn't have approved, rather than some sort of official tease that the Beyonder is going to show up in Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars. I'm excited, but I'm just being honest. You guys let me know all your thoughts, though, down below. As always, I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Still giving away PlayStations and other stuff throughout the holiday season. Thank you again to everyone who's been subbing. It's super simple to be entered to win any of the giveaways here. You just be a sub and leave a comment, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, better chance you have of winning. And again, thanks to everyone who's helped growing the channel right now. It's awesome to see. Feel great about it. You guys are awesome. In the meantime, best way to keep up with the content is to make sure you hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, because it's YouTube in 2025, who knows. And if you like today's video, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name Allfires. Huge shout out to about 20 FM stations across the US right now that are spinning my new track Ignite on Impossible Records. Also, if you want to check us out live, we are in Tampa on November 15th, and a couple of other dates across the US before the end of the year, and then a full tour next year. I'll see you out on the road. To the rest of you, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.